You're unmuted now.
Yep, and I'm also on camera.
You can tilt the screen down a little bit more if you want.
I'm trying to get this, get myself with just the background behind me.
I'm not sure where your finger is. Are you good to go, Kathy? Do you
Mhm.
need some help?
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, this is a live show. Kathy, you're good to go.
Okay, I can start?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the 14th annual meeting of Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania and our second virtual annual meeting. Due to ongoing COVID concerns, this meeting is being held virtually on the Hopin platform. My name is Kathy McCorkle, and it's my honor to serve Girl Scouts in the Heart of Pennsylvania as the board chair. I'm very pleased to have so many Girl Scouts present online from throughout our 30-county footprint for this important meeting. As we begin, I would like to take a few moments to review the Hopin platform with you. I imagine that all of us have worked in multiple virtual platforms over the course of this past year. Hopin has some unique features that are worth reviewing. As you look at the various tabs on the right side of your screen, you will see the Q&A tab on the far right. You will use this feature should you have any technical issues that staff can assist you with. Dedicated GSHPA staff will be monitoring the queue throughout the meeting. If you have a question, you may type the question here. If you wish to come up on stage to address the meeting, please do so by typing in the Q&A your name and service unit number, or your status as a national delegate or board member. Other virtual platforms have a raise your hand function, but for today, please type your request or question in the Q&A log. Next to the Q&A icon, you will see a tab that says People. You will not need to use this tab today, but if you choose, you will be able to see who else is in attendance at the meeting. If you are a delegate, including service unit delegates, alternate delegates, board directors, members, and national delegates, you will see a Poll tab to the left of the People tab. The Poll tab is where voting members will go for voting. If you are not a delegate, you will not see a Poll tab. If you are an alternate delegate, you will see a Poll tab. This does not mean you're eligible to vote today. You have been notified if your service unit delegate is not present, and you are to vote as the representative for your service unit. If you've not been notified that you are to vote as the representative, please do not vote. Never fear, the systems we have in place will prevent any service unit delegate and alternate from both voting if there is a miscommunication. Above the tabs, still on the right side of your screen, you will see several icons. The first is a megaphone and will not be in use today. The second icon looks like an arrow or an airplane. If you so choose, you may use this function with others in attendance. If you have a direct message from another attendee or a member of the GSHPA staff, a red dot will appear next to this icon. The final icon you will see is a bell, and we will not be using this feature today. I'm sorry. I was thinking perhaps I was notified from afar that you couldn't hear me. The final icon you will see is a bell, and we will not be using this feature today. Thank you for your patience as we walk through these details meticulously. It's important that we all feel comfortable with the technology we have today. Now, let us begin with a Girl Scout flag ceremony conducted by Girl Scouts from Service Unit 504. Please stand for the ceremony. Should turn my finger on.
Color guard, attention. Color guard, advance.
Just during this part.
I thought somebody was trying to tell me.
Color guard, post your colors. Color guard, salute your colors. Girl Scouts, salute your colors. Now please recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
I don't know if you want to turn the camera on.
dismissed. Girl Scouts dismissed.
Our color guard members were Lillian Hannah from Troop 52140 and Paige, Raina, Caitlin, Mari, and Grace from Troop 51445. And for those of you who've not had an opportunity to visit, the flag ceremony was held in the lawn above the lake at Camp Archbald, which celebrated its 100th anniversary just last weekend. Please join me now in reciting the Girl Scout promise. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. I call to order the 14th annual meeting of Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania online via Hopin. Thank you to the Girl Scout troops and their leaders, Jennifer Huber, Kimberly Nemitz, and Jennifer Serena, for conducting our flag ceremony today. At our meeting today, we will hear a financial report from the board treasurer, vote on revised bylaws, elect board officers, board members at large, and board development committee members. Our meeting will conclude with remarks and a report from GSHPA CEO Janet Donovan, a year in review video before I call the meeting to a close. To start our meeting, please join me in recognizing and thanking the outgoing GSHPA board members, Karen Diener Best, Betsy Kiefer, and Deborah Kolzowski. Thank you for your service to the council and to our Girl Scouts. We would also like to acknowledge all current GSHPA board members. Thank you all for your service and commitment to the council. Thank you also to GSHPA staff members, some in Harrisburg and others online today. Thank you to our delegates, both national and service unit. As a delegate-led organization, your presence here today is critical to the council. We could not do this without you. And finally, thank you to all our non-delegate GSHPA members who've joined us today for our annual meeting. We appreciate that you're taking time from your morning to participate. For all that you do for Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania, thank you, everyone. For the first order of our business meeting, we will have Bridget Kasher, GSHPA Board Treasurer, with a financial report for GSHPA.
Good morning. I'm pleased to offer a summary of HPA's financial results for fiscal year to date, October 1st, 2020 through June 30th of this year. GSHPA engages an independent auditing firm to perform an audit of financial statements. Once the audit is completed, the resulting 2020 Form 990 will be posted to gshpa.org. This is expected to be available in February of 2022. In reviewing the finances of GSHPA's through the first 3 quarters of our fiscal year, October 1st, 2020 through June 30th of the current year, there are several items of note. As we all know, this has been an extraordinarily year with COVID-19 restrictions that have carried through of the spring of 2021. Even during these times, we've prepared 2 budgets for this fiscal year, a likely case and a worst case. Our worst case scenario anticipated we may not be able to hold fall fundraisers and we would have depressed sales during our cookie season. The likely case scenario assumed both programs would take place. Our girls generated over $8 million in product revenue against a budget of $7.7 million, which was our worst case scenario, versus our $8.4 million budget of our likely case. Collection efforts continue to improve. Outstanding receivables for this year product season were less than 0.4% at June 30th. Fundraising efforts generated $650,000 in contributions during this time as well. This is up from $388,000 compared to last year to date. As we continue to reconnect with past donors and reaching out to establishing new relationships. As COVID-19 restrictions continue this year, we saw an overall decline in membership. Our council operated camps at very limited capacity, and we continued offering virtual programming to keep our girls engaged, even though many were not able to meet in person. While less than previous years, we were able to extend financial assistance to over 1,000 girls, or roughly 1,000 girls. This totaled about $19,250 through the end of June. An important distinction to make this year is that we also shifted the early bird incentive we offered last year from a cash discount to an internal coupon this year. This shift reduces the financial impact of this expense and encourages the girls to engage in more activities and programming. Finally, despite another COVID-19 impacted year, we continue maintaining healthy operating revenues. While reserves are designed for tough times like these, we are proud from our council's sake to be able to say that we did not need to access these funds, as many councils across the movement were not as fortunate as we are. As such, we are confident our council will continue to be able to weather this difficult economic climate. I want to thank you for your time today. Madam Chair, this does complete the financial report.
Thank you, Bridget. At this point in our annual meeting, we will hear the quorum report. Joshana McLeod, the board secretary, will offer the quorum report.
Good morning to all delegates and board members. Today, I will review the quorum report for this meeting. Today's annual meeting is being held pursuant to Article 1 of the GSHP bylaws. Section 10 of Article 1 states that a quorum is met if at least 25% of the service units are represented and a majority of the corporation's delegates are present. This year, the total number of corporation delegates is 85, and there are 74 delegates present today. Additionally, there are 67 Girl Scout service units and 40 service units are represented today. Accordingly, both provisions in the bylaws have been met and we have a quorum. Since last year's annual meeting, the GSHP Board of Directors has held official meetings either in person or by conference call on 5 separate occasions. We had a quorum at all of these board meetings. Additionally, the executive committee met 2 times.
Thank you, Joshana. At the beginning of this year, the Board of Directors, based on feedback from our membership, voted to conduct a wholesale review of the GSHPA bylaws, which had not been reviewed in their entirety since 2017. I'm grateful to Karen Best, who volunteered to lead this effort, along with members of staff and volunteers from across our footprint. Thank you to all of you who dedicated your time to this effort. Karen, will you please report on the bylaws? We may have a momentary lull until Karen comes on board. Maybe more than a momentary lull. We seem to be missing our,
Right, but we're doing real good on time.
okay. So do we have a sense so I can let everyone know?
I'm trying to get an update now. I don't have any other
Okay.
information.
All right.
All of it.
Sorry for the side conversation. I'm checking on
We're gonna probably bring Betsy on. But there we go.
First.
I'll tell you that first.
Okay, we may have a slight adjustment in the agenda. It looks like we do have a slight adjustment in the agenda, and I'm going to be introducing to you,
You want Betsy to read Karen's part?
if that's fine, if she'd like to. If she's willing, I shouldn't.
She goes to go to please tap in.
Yeah, you good to go to do Karen's part?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, go ahead and you're set then.
Yes?
Betsy, would you read for Karen?
Okay.
So we can get Karen in.
Okay, we are going to, as you may have heard in the background, we're going to have Betsy Kiefer, retiring board member and chairperson of the Board Development Committee, begin to read Karen Best's report on the bylaws. If Karen is able to join us, then Betsy will turn the report back over to Karen. So Betsy, take it away.
Okay, well, I'm Betsy. I am not Karen Best. And it was Karen Best who was the chairperson of the Bylaws Task Force, so I am reporting for her. And as the backup for Karen Best for the Bylaws Task Force, we are recommending the bylaws revisions for the Girl Scouts in the Heart of Pennsylvania, dated September 25th, 2021, for approval. These were previously distributed by email to all of our delegates. Please pull up your copy as referenced for today. The task force began meeting January 21st through July 2021. At this time, I would like to extend our appreciation to the members who volunteered to serve on this committee. Briefly, I would like to review the key revisions that we are recommending. First, the overall index or order to the articles and sections has been revised to provide greater consistency and flow of information. It is important to note, however, that no articles or sections were deleted, although Article 5, Section 10 no longer remains because it has a sunset provision for 2021. A copy of the index currently in use and the revised index have been provided to all delegates for review. Continuing on, a number of grammatical corrections were made throughout the bylaws, none of which changed the intent of language. Beginning with Article 1, Section 2, Purpose of the Corporation, was expanded to now include our mission and the defined geography for GSHPA by listing the 30 counties. In Article 2, Section A3, Composition of Delegates, we have changed our definition of eligible delegates to notice a delegate to the corporation must be 18 years or older. This is to keep our bylaws in compliance with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania corporate regulations. Also, under delegates, Article 2, there is now a definition of alternate delegates with voting guidelines. Article 2, Section 2, we have expanded the language defining the national delegates. Article 5, Board of Directors. Section 1 now notes that the board is a total of 12 to 20 members. Article 5, Section 10 is the only section that is deleted. This was the section added last year and noted to sunset as of the end of our current membership year. Again, I want to thank the members who participated in this task force to draft and present these bylaws for the Corporation of Girl Scouts in the Heart of Pennsylvania. On behalf of the Bylaws Task Force and the Board of Directors, I move to adopt the revised bylaws for Girl Scouts in the Heart of Pennsylvania as drafted on September 25th, 2021.
Okay.
What?
I think she's on now.
Thank you, Betsy. May I have a second for the motion?
I would just let them know they can type in the Q&A to second the motion.
Please be aware that you may type in a Q&A to second the motion. There's a red dot.
There is a second from Cornelia Yoder.
Thank you, Cornelia Yoder, for the second. We now have the motion on the floor. Are there any questions or amendments? If you wish to address the meeting, please enter your name in the Q&A section on the right of your screen, and staff will bring you onto the stage to share any remarks you might have. You will also have the option to type your remarks or questions into the Q&A section. We are pausing a minute to assure that we have responded to any questions or remarks. We noticed, Karen, that you're finally up. Thank you. Hearing none, I will now call the vote on the revised bylaws. For voting delegates and approved alternate delegates, you will proceed to the poll tab on the right and register your vote in support or opposition to the revised bylaws. Should you have any technical issues, please let staff know in the Q&A. And remember to check your personal message box, top right corner, for the follow-up.
Are you able to see the poll?
We will pause for a few minutes to assure everyone has voted. Many of you have completed your voting. At this point, we will move forward in the meeting, although the voting will continue to be open for a few more minutes. I'm now going to call on Betsy Kiefer again, who is the chairperson of our Board Development Committee.
I would like to start by introducing and thanking the members of the Board Development Committee. They are Stacy Irwin, Tina Maurer, Deb Schuler, and Susan Smith. This has been a hardworking committee, and I want to thank you for your time and commitment to this process. We had a big job and we completed it on time and with what we feel are excellent results. So thank you very much for your time and enthusiasm. The Board Development Committee, as per the council bylaws, is elected by you, the delegates. It is our role to present a single slate of board officers, members at large, and Board Development Committee members to the delegate body for election. This year, our goals as a committee were to expand the geographic and racial ethnic diversity of the board, recruit people with an interest and/or experience in Girl Scouts, in the Girl Scout organization, as well as depth of knowledge of their local communities, and finally, recruit people with a willingness to be involved in GSHPA fundraising efforts with corporations, foundations, and potential individual donors within their local communities. This was also the year when the terms of all 4 of our officers ended. So you can see we had our work cut out for us. We're very excited about the slate we were able to develop and present to you. As just a brief overview of the 4 officers, 2 are continuing for a second term in their positions, and 2 were previously members at large and are moving into officer positions. 2 were Girl Scout members, or members as girls, I mean. 2 of the 4 members at large on the slate, of the 4 members at large on the slate, 2 are returning members and 2 are new. 2 of them have extensive Girl Scout experience as girls. Of the 4 Board Development Committee members on the slate, 2 of them were board members and 2 of them were not. All 3 of the women on the slate have extensive Girl Scout experience in their backgrounds. And we are very pleased that with the continuing Board Development Committee members, 5 of our 6 regions will be represented. Now, I'm very excited to present our slate to you. Adrienne Vicari is our nominee for board chair. She has been a board member at large, treasurer, and most recently chaired the property committee. Professionally, she has a broad range of financial, project management, and engineering design skills. In addition, she has worked in many different municipalities within our footprint, so she knows our geography well. And perhaps more importantly, she has the passion and leadership skills to lead our board forward. Our nominee for vice chair is Allison Barnhard. She is also a current member at large and a member of the Finance Committee. Allison is a CPA and the CFO for the UPMC Central PA region. Bridget Kasher is our current treasurer and has agreed to a second term in that position. As you can see by her bio, she is an investment consultant specializing in defined contribution retirement plans. She was a girl member and now has a daughter who is a Brownie. Jashana McLeod is our current secretary and has agreed to a second term. Her professional experience is digital and traditional marketing, and she too was a girl member. Members at large, the following are being recommended. Tina Maurer is currently the Associate Vice President for Human Resources at Bloomsburg University. Tina was a girl member of the Girl Scouts and as an adult has been a troop leader for Daisy and Brownie troops and has enjoyed sharing her love of Girl Scouts with her daughter. This will be her first term on the board. Darren Russ is currently a member at large and chairman of the Strategic Planning Committee. Professionally, Darren is the Director of Operations for Giant Foods in Central Pennsylvania. Gina Sudam is the President CEO of the Wyoming County Chamber of Commerce, where she works with a variety of businesses in rural Northeast Pennsylvania. Gina was a girl member of the Girl Scouts, and this will be her first term on the board. Deborah Vereen is currently a member at large of the board and has agreed to run for a second term. Deborah is highly experienced in designing and implementing diversity initiatives, training and development and inclusionary processes in the public and nonprofit sectors. Board Development Committee members, the following people are being recommended. Tina Maurer is a continuing member of the Board Development Committee and will be one of the 3 board members on the Board Development Committee. Kathy McCorkle is the retiring board chairman. This will be her first time on the Board Development Committee. And Lynn Leopold Sharp is a former staff member at both Penn Laurel and GSHPA, where in both cases she managed the product sale. She has also been a troop leader for her daughter's troop. Lynn was a 22-year member of the York Suburban School Board, holding the positions of president, vice president, and treasurer. This will be Lynn's first term on the Board Development Committee. And Dan Schaefer is a current member at large of the board and a member of the Property Committee. He is the Retail Regional Manager, Administrative VP of Banking at M&T Bank in the Capital Region. This will be his first term on the Board Development Committee. Madam Chair, this ends my report.
Betsy, I would like to thank you and the Board Development Committee for your diligent work. I would also like to remind council delegates that the Board Development Committee welcomes referrals of potential board nominees year-round. The Board Development Committee has presented a slate of nominees as presented in the annual meeting notice. Betsy, were there any additional nominations submitted?
No, according to the bylaws, additional nominations must be submitted 10 days prior to the annual meeting. No additional nominations were received.
Hearing that there were no additional nominations or proposals submitted, according to our bylaws, the chair declares the nominations closed. As there were no additional nominations or proposals, the nominees and proposals can be accepted by a majority vote. I'm going to ask for voting to take place using the voting feature. As you did with the vote on the bylaws, all delegates and eligible alternate delegates should proceed to the poll tab on the right to vote. Each slate will be up for at least 1 minute to allow you to vote. Then we will move on to the next slate. Please use the Q&A tab for any technical questions. Staff will respond to you using the direct message feature. All election results will be shared at the conclusion of all voting by our board secretary. The first vote motion is the vote for the slate of officers to the board of directors as presented by the Board Development Committee. Your yes vote is that you approve this slate. No vote, you do not approve the slate, and you may also abstain from the vote. Again, voting for each slate will be open for 1 minute longer if votes are still registering. The next motion or vote is for the members at large for the Board of Directors.
Board of Directors.
Yes, it's up. Okay. I was stopped momentarily. The next motion or vote is for the members at large for the Board of Directors as presented by the Board Development Committee. Once again, your yes vote is that you approve this slate. No vote, you do not approve, and you may also abstain from this vote. We will once again pause for a minute.
Do you want the results from the last one?
The next motion or vote is for the members for the Board Development Committee, as presented by the Board Development Committee. Once again, your yes vote is that you approve this slate. No vote, you do not approve, and you may also abstain from this vote.
You want to mute yourself, Kathy? if somebody's.
Thank you for participating in this very important part of our annual meeting. Your vote for the bylaws proposals, the slate for board officers, board members at large, and board development committee have been tabulated and are now being validated to our attendance list. While this is going on, we have a mission moment video to share with you.
We wanted to make it fun for kids to give them more activities. We started with the hopscotch, and we have a zigzag run. We have 5 jumping jacks, a long jump, a dance, and then frog feet, which you jump each way the frog feet go. So when Katie was a kindergartner, the flyer came home from Girl Scouts saying that they were going to form a Daisy group. My husband was the one that said to me, "Oh, you should be the scout leader." And we ended up with 20 daisies. We had a good time. We've seen a lot of girls kind of come and go through the whole process. My goal as leader was always to take the girls to somewhere that their parents wouldn't take them on vacation. Whitewater rafting, we've done hiking, we've done zip lining. We stayed at some of the KOAs where we get to camp, but we don't have to sleep in a tent. I came up with the idea for the volleyball pit because I played it at Camp Small Valley, and I just figured we should add one to the park for fun. I really love camp because you always have to try new ideas and activities. The zip lining, the giant swing, there was a volleyball pit, we played that. They have a pool. If you start playing early and you know what your project ideas are, you can plan out your time and it's not as intimidating because the 100 hours aren't all at once. I don't think they realize that this is something that they can put on their college application that not everyone has. They just need to stick with it. Sure, everybody says, "Oh, I'm so busy, I can't fit scouting in." You can fit scouting in because scouting could mean anything to you. And I try to tell that to our girls in our troop now, and the younger troop too. And as they get older, the girls get to decide what they want to do anyway. And I think that's what kept her in it, is because she's like, "I want to do trips, and I want to do cookies, and I want to do fall products, and sure, if there's activities that she could fit in during the week that they were having, she would go." But people just need to realize it doesn't take as much time as what they think it does. And it makes a huge impact when they get older. The entire project costs around $7,000, and I raised most of it for cookies, food, and sales. This year and last year, I've sold 4,000 boxes of cookies.
How proud are you?
Our Gold Award Girl Scouts have all contributed to their local communities with their outstanding projects. Even during COVID-19, girls continued to serve our communities, and 59 Girl Scouts earned their Gold Award this year. Each was recognized during our Gold Award ceremony, and we're proud to highlight one of them today in our meeting. I will now ask Shoshana, as our board secretary, to announce the election results.
Thank you to all of our delegates, local and national, and our board of directors for participating in our elections today. I am happy to share that our revised bylaws have passed. The slate of officers to the board of directors, the members at large, and board development committee slate have also passed.
Thank you, Shoshana, and to our delegates and board members for your time and commitment demonstrated today through your participation in the meeting. Please join me in congratulating Adrian, Allison, Bridget, and Shoshana to your positions as officers. Tina, Darren, Gina, and Deborah in your election as members at large to the board of directors, and to Lynn, Tina, Kathy, and Dan in your election to the board development committee. I will now ask Janet Donovan, CEO for GSHPA, for her report to the membership.
Good morning, Girl Scouts. Thank you for being here today, and thank you to our outgoing board members for their years of dedicated service. To our newly elected members, congratulations. I'm grateful for your willingness to serve, and a special thanks to our board chair, Kathy McCorkle, for her tremendous leadership since the beginning of my tenure here. Kathy, you've been an amazing partner on this journey. I so appreciate it. Our second virtual annual meeting. The weight of that phrase, second virtual annual meeting, is heavy. It means we are still not fully in person, that we're somehow still in the grip of COVID-19, and that it is impacting our daily lives and our lives as Girl Scouts. For so many of us, we hoped that this fall would have COVID-19 in the rearview mirror, but not yet. Together, though, we are resilient and focused on our mission of building girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. And with the support of thousands of volunteers who are service unit leads and troop leaders and cookie chairs and recruiting champions and episodic volunteers and board and committee members, we are doing just that. Girls are doing just that. They are making the world a better place. At a time when so many organizations are truly struggling, it's easy to see the Girl Scout difference. As Juliette Gordon-Low, our founder, said long ago, scouting, and today I have no doubt she would say Girl Scouting, rises within you and inspires you to put forth your best. This has been so true of Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania during this 2021 membership year. How have we put forth our best this past year? The list is too long to share, but here's some highlights. This year, after being limited to virtual camp last year, we offered council-led camping experiences on all 4 of our properties, including summer residence camp, day camp, mommy and me, and family camp. In addition, so many of our troops and service units took advantage of our properties. Thank you to every parent and volunteer who supported girls' experiences in the outdoor this year. In the coming year, we will increase the number of council-led programs on property and increase training opportunities for our adult volunteers to learn how to engage with girls in the outdoors. All of our programming, including outdoor programming for this coming year, is already online to help girls see all the choices available to them and to help them make decisions together as troops about their goals for the year as we begin this next membership year. The outdoors is in. This is Girl Scouting at its best. This year, even in a pandemic, girls made community service a priority. 515 girls earned their Bronze Award this year. 245 more earned their Silver Award. And as our board chair said, 59 girls earned their Gold Award during COVID-19, representing thousands of hours of community service in just our highest awards, and add to that so many more Take Action projects throughout our communities. To our volunteers who helped shepherd these girls through their amazing projects, thank you. Girl Scouts are making a difference in our communities every day. Even more astounding, research from the Girl Scout Research Institute in Manhattan on the lifelong impact of Girl Scouting on women shows that just 1 year of Girl Scouting, just one, makes it more likely that a woman will be a volunteer in her community as an adult. The ripple effect of these highest awards goes well beyond the sustainability of the individual projects, which in and of itself is significant. But it also means that these girls are more likely than non-Girl Scouts to continue to commit to their communities as adults. This is what the world needs. This is Girl Scouting at its best. Girls had a record fall fundraising season. During COVID-19, we had the best fall fundraiser in GSHPA history. Then again this spring, GSHPA girls hit another home run. While councils across the nation struggled to sell cookies, we sold what was ordered, and we sent trucks to other councils to bring back 800 cases of cookies to sell. Through the generosity of our community and the sales savvy of girls, we donated more than 40,000 packages to Operation Gratitude this year that have been sent to deployed military troops around the world and to veterans hospitals and clinics here in central Pennsylvania. Girl entrepreneurs had a plan and they made it work. Congratulations to each of those girls who learned so much about growing a digital business. This year, even in COVID, we had more girls become s'mores executives than ever before. These girls are learning critical business skills, and this is Girl Scouting at its best. We are grateful to our corporations and foundations and to generous individuals who supported us through fund development financially this year. Together, our foundations and our corporations and you, our membership, have helped us financially and supported us. Our fund development team has been hard at work finding grants to support our programming so that we can keep costs down and to ensure that we can provide financial assistance to every girl who meets those criteria, because we know every girl deserves to be a Girl Scout. This is especially true for girls who live in poverty, and they may not have the same opportunities available to them, so financial assistance is critical. In a year where so many donations were focused on basic needs, I'm proud of the work that everyone has done to almost double our donations this year. To those of you who let us know about fund development opportunities, to those of you who made introductions to prospective donors, who helped us find letters of support for our grant applications, who joined the Juliette Gordon Low Society and made a commitment to provide a legacy gift in your will. Thank you. Your help makes all the difference. Although last year some girls put Girl Scouting on hold because of COVID, we know that this year girls are hungry for that Girl Scout leadership experience. Thanks to our tremendous recruiting efforts, we have already enrolled 1,000 new girls who are joining us in membership year 2022. And the membership year doesn't even officially start until October 1st. Thank you to every girl who shares her Girl Scout experience with another girl. Thank you to every volunteer who makes connections with community leaders and who helps us form school partnerships. Thank you to all the parents who make Girl Scouts a priority for their daughters. We know the Girl Scout advantage. We are building girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. We are the premier leadership development organization for girls in the world, and we know the Girl Scouts is best. We have done well this past year, and we are looking forward to membership year 2022. As we recently announced, in addition to elevating our 4 camp properties, we are also paying attention to our 5th property, the headquarters building. This building has served us so well for the past 50 years. And some of you may even remember the carriage house, which served us for the first 50 years of Girl Scouting in Central Pennsylvania. It's time now to think about the next 50 years. We have found an amazing property in Hampton Township in Cumberland County with the potential to create a headquarters not just for staff, but a headquarters for the council, a place for girls and volunteers and staff to call their Girl Scout home, a place where the future is going to offer us an opportunity to have a small Girl Scout museum to display our heritage, and where we could develop girl programming about our founder, Juliette Gordon Low, with some hands-on activities for girls. A place where we can have a small retail space, a location with great access to interstates. And we will begin the planning for the capital campaign that will benefit all 5 of our properties, and this groundwork will be set in the coming year. Thank you to all of you who have shared how excited you are for our future. A headquarters that serves our girls and our volunteers and staff is Girl Scouting at its best. As we move into membership year 2022, let us all follow in Juliette Gordon Low's footsteps as we let Girl Scouting rise up within us and inspire us to do our best. To inspire us now, I'm going to share a year in review from 2021. If this is what Girl Scouts can do in complete shutdown, just watch what we will do in the year to come. Thank you for joining us today and for all that you do for Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania.
I think they're planning on doing first, so you're still good. You can mute yourself.
Hey, Girl Scouts. Thank you so much for being here. It's our first virtual conference, and we are so excited to have you here today.
congratulations, girls. I know that you are going to make the world a better place. As we take a moment to reflect back on this past year, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize all of those losses that we have each experienced. For some of us, it has been COVID related. For others, it has still been loss in which we were not able to gather as families and as community. So let's just remember those and hold them close in our heart. For those of you who have experienced that loss, my thoughts and prayers are with you. And let's just hold a moment of silence here as we close out our meeting. Thank you, everyone. I'll turn it back over now to our board chair.
You're good to go.
Thank you, Janet. While this year's virtual annual meeting is different from preceding annual meetings, I do hope you all agree that we were still able to conduct our necessary business and share the meaningful impact that Girl Scouting provides to girls across our 30 counties. Thank you again for your commitment to Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania, and this annual meeting is now adjourned. Mhm. Mhm.